So it's been 15 years since we've gotten Indiana Jones on the big screen, and hey, I know we're all asking, is it better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Well, you'll have to just tune into the review to figure it out, guys, but hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. The name's Leo Rydell. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy videos on reviews, reactions, and more to movies, TV, Marvel, DC, because today we are here to talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and this one follows Indiana Jones, the daredevil archaeologist himself, who races against time to retrieve a legendary dial that can change the course of history. Accompanied by his goddaughter, he soon finds himself squaring off against Jürgen Voller, a former Nazi who works for NASA. And now we've got new additions to the cast in this one, with Mads Mikkelsen playing the main villain, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is Helena Shaw, Antonio Banderas, Boyd Holbrook, and many more, guys. And let me tell you all, better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Yes. This bar is not very high for me, at least for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I can't quite say I like it as much as the big three, however, it is a worthwhile follow-up. Harrison Ford comes back swinging, guys, and even at an older age in his 80s, this man is still on the adventure. This man still embodies Indiana Jones. He still brings the spirit and gravitas of adventure to the big screen, so I love Harrison Ford's performance, of course. I think he does a great job as the whip-handling Indiana Jones, guys. I think he is awesome. Back in his original form, guys, it feels like he never left. Besides his age, the man just feels like he's Indiana Jones still to this day. So loved Harrison Ford, but I got to comment on the de-aging. So I would say the de-aging has a lot of strengths, but there are some big glaring weaknesses in my opinion. I think some of it looks a little uncanny in certain areas. To me, I think the eyes and motion look a little bit unnatural, but for the most part, it does work. I just think sometimes it looks a little unnatural depending on the angles and a little bit odd. But let's move on to Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She is excellent in this role. I love that they didn't just copy paste Indiana Jones, slap Phoebe Waller-Bridge in there and say, hey, this is the female Indiana. No, this character, Helena Shaw, has her own adventure going on, and she's got great chemistry with Harrison. But not only that, she has this awesome quippy personality. She's just light on her feet. She's cool. She's dope. She is her own character, and I love that about Helena. She's a badass who kicks ass, takes no names, but at the same time, she's not just Indiana Jones. So I love that they really give this character her own identity. She's just super cool. I really like her. I like the child companion that's with her as well, the younger sidekick-like character. I like them a lot, and this movie feels like a sense of adventure. But let me tell you guys, oh, and Mads Mikkelsen, great. I mean, he usually is. But honestly, I want to say this movie is good, but I can't quite call it great. I think that the third act, almost in its entirety, doesn't really work for me. And I can't tell you too many reasons why, but I think Indiana Jones shouldn't get too supernatural, and I think we stepped over that dial a little too much this time. And I think that I would have liked Indiana Jones staying as just this like grounded in reality type of universe, and this kind of stepped over those bounds a little to me. There was one point in the movie where I was like, if this happens, and you'll see it towards the end, there was something Indy was gonna do and he was about to make this drastic decision, and I was like, if this happens, it ruins the entire movie for me, and I'm so glad it did not happen. But the entire last 20 to 30 minutes, in my opinion, are just not really as enjoyable. I feel like the movie feels unnecessary as a sequel, just like Crystal Skull, but it does have a more adventurous spirit, a better style than Crystal Skull, better original characters. I do like these characters more than I like Shia LaBeouf in Crystal Skull, but I just wondered, why do I really even need this sequel? It felt a little hollow. It felt a little unnecessary. Some of these legacy sequels make the mistake of unfortunately feeling that way, where it just feels unnecessary. It feels like it doesn't quite belong with those big three. This isn't really number 4. It's just a spin-off almost. It just doesn't feel like it belongs. Also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm sick of Boyd Holbrook. I think he's playing the same character. I mean, Prey, his character's a little different, or I'm sorry, the Predator movie, his character's a little different, but not by much. If you know the character from Logan, that's basically the same character here. I think he's just playing the exact same character over and over, and it doesn't quite work for me, but I did really like Mads Mikkelsen as our main villain here, and I think he and Harrison have a great energy going on, a great rival-like energy happening here. I really like the two of them. I think it's fun. I think there's some swashbuckling adventure adventure and some good action, but sometimes we're like really action heavy, and then when we get to just the characters in between the action sequences, it just feels maybe a little slow. So while there's this sense of adventure, while Harrison's great, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is great, the younger sidekick character is great, unfortunately it does ring a little hollow. It doesn't feel as necessary or as needed as some of the other legacy sequels like Top Gun Maverick. It just doesn't follow up that well to me, and unfortunately the last 20 to 30 I didn't enjoy that much. I'm gonna be real with you guys. So I hate to say this, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I hate to say it, but if I'm going with a rating out of 10, I gotta go with the 6.5 out of 10. I know some indie fans, I'm sure, are going to love this film and are going to cherish it and love it as much as the original 3. But for me, it just rings up a little hollow, comes up a little short. While, again, Harrison Ford is great, I'm just not really into it this time. But guys, you gotta let me know your thoughts down in the comments. How do you feel about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny if you've already seen it? And if you haven't seen it yet, let me know. How are you feeling? How excited are you on a scale from 1 to 10 for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new, and we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.